Hi, families. Happy summer. I hope everyone has had a great little week off last week and are ready to start summer school activities this week. So, what we are going to make is a paper plate snake. I haven't actually made one yet because I'm going to make one pretty much with you guys so you can see what to do. Um, but we are working on strength and bilateral hand skills required for everyday activities that we do in the classroom. So this is going to be the tutorial video on how to make it. And if you don't have a paper plate at home, that's totally fine. You can totally make this out of a piece of paper. What I would recommend though is if you have a construction paper or a thicker type paper, that would be best because that's going to work on your student's hand strength. So you can be flexible with whatever you have at home and we'll go with the flow. So the first step you'll need is you'll need a paper plate, of course, right? And like I said, you can use a piece of paper if you don't have that. So I have just regular computer paper, so you can use that in a pinch if you need to. The next step you're going to do, which I've already done, is you're going to color your plate. So I made mine green and blue because that's what I wanted to do. You can make yours whatever colors you want. You can use paint if you want to, or you can use markers or crayons, whatever you have easily at home. And if you're finding that it's not working the colors on your paper plate when you're coloring, then what you can do is you can use a piece of paper instead because that will take the colors. So whatever works best for you. But what's nice about a paper plate is it's round, so it already has the shape of our snake, so you don't have to change it. If you did have a piece of paper like this, you would want to then you'd want to kind of cut out like a circle of it, so you could trace a circle and then use that as your snake. So once you have your paper plate colored and looking beautiful and designed, you're going to take some scissors and you are going to cut out the snake. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of start coming in and then you're going to cut around in a circle, turning that paper plate with your helper hand as you go. And you're just going to kind of cut inwards. So some of my students I know might struggle with this, parents. So you're welcome to trace a line for them and they can follow the line. Or for my more independent students, you can just do it freehand, just like I'm going to do it. Okay. So you're going to take it and hopefully you can see me doing it as I record it. So you're going to take it and you're going to start off to the side like this. You're going to make a snip, as you can see. And you're just going to start to go around. And parents, if you find that your student has difficulty with cutting, you can write the lines on the back for them to cut out, okay? So don't do it on the color side, do it on the back so they can go along with the lines. So as you see, as we're cutting this out, I want to be turning the paper plate. I don't want to be turning my hand up and around. I want the paper plate always turning. And what's nice about using a paper plate is that it's a little bit more sturdy and strong, so you're really using your hand strength to do this. So as you start to do the tail, you want to make sure you don't cut off the whole thing so just this falls off because it wants to be in a continuous circle, okay? So as you can see, I'm going to stop from cutting the borders and I'm going to go down this way, okay? So I cut it a little bit more. So I'm just literally cutting in a circle. I'm not really being that precise. But as you see, it's becoming a longer snake. And then you're going to cut all the way to the center. You can make your snake as skinny or as large as you'd like to. But as you get to the center, you're going to leave a little head, right? So if you can kind of see. So how it looks total is it looks kind of like this. And it's all cut out. So then I have this piece out, which then it looks like that, okay? And so the next step you're going to do is you're going to cut out your snake's tongue. So I didn't have red colored paper, so I just used my regular printer paper, and I colored, if you can see, I cut out a little section down here, and I colored a piece red because I didn't have it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of paper, and you're going to cut it into a snake tongue. So what that's going to look like is if you have a square like this, you're just going to make a little line down the edge to make it look like a snake tongue. Just like this. So it should look like that. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tape it to the back of your snake's head. So it should look like this. So you're going to take some tape like this, or if you don't have tape, you can use glue. You can use whatever you have handy at home. Even if you don't have glue, if you have a Post-it note, you can use the sticky side. You can kind of be creative with whatever you have at home. So you're going to take some tape. You're going to tape it onto the tongue. And like I said, you don't want the tongue to be on the front of the snake. You want it to be on the head of the back of the snake. So it'll look like this. So your head of your snake should look like this, right? And then the last step is to just draw some eyes on your snake. So you can do whatever color eyes. If you have googly eyes, you can use that. I know I don't have any of that here, so you can pretty much just be creative with whatever you have at home. And you're just going to take a marker or a crayon or a pencil and draw the eyes of your snake. So it should look, like this, right? And then you have your head of your snake right here, and then it goes down like that. So that is our OT activity for this week, for week 1 of extended school year. If you have any questions or concerns, always email me, call me, whatever you guys need. I'm here to help. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great day and a good rest of your week.